Hey, it's Yash, and we just wrapped up the Transform section of this AI-powered go-to-market course, where you learned how to use AI to clean, structure, and prepare your data for action. Now, we're going to move on to the final step in our Fetch framework, Create. This is where your data turns from collection into action. Once your data is enriched and transformed, it's time to actually do something with it, which is where AI creation comes in. In most workflows, this starts with copy. Think subject lines, intros, CTAs, PS lines. But the create step actually goes far beyond outbound messaging. With AI and Clay, you can use your data to generate AI sales co-pilot documents for AEs. You could produce video and voice content using tools like 11 Labs. You can even create custom Google Slides for discovery or internal reports, build location-based content or geo-targeted campaigns, source influencers based on super niche specific criteria, and even generate images and visual assets for campaigns on the fly. AI is about turning your data into deliverables that actually drive go-to-market. But for now, just to keep things simple, we're going to focus on copy, because that's where most teams start, and it's still probably the highest leverage use case for Create. Now in Clay, the most effective way to do this is through AI Snippets. It's a philosophy that we use to tell you not to generate entire paragraphs or emails at once with AI, but instead focusing on one specific piece of copy at a time. Some examples could be a subject line based on a job change, an intro sentence that references a recent podcast, or a closing line that maybe mentions a shared connection or industry trend. Now, this modular approach with AI snippets gives you more control, makes your messaging feel real, and improves accuracy while decreasing rates of hallucination across your entire data set, because we're generating less text and more specific context with each call to our LLMs. First, let's talk quickly about the philosophy behind Create. When we talk about creating with AI, we're not just talking about producing more, we are indeed talking about producing better. The real goal here is distillation. In a world where you've got access to 10 times more data, the challenge is not gathering information. Gathering information is easy now. Filtering it down to signals and real intent, that's the difficult piece. Whether you're writing a subject line, summarizing a customer roadmap, or building a deck for an AE, the most valuable thing you can do is boil down each step to what actually matters. And that's at the heart of what Create is really about. Turning rich, structured data into high-quality content, insights, and assets that people can use. And that shows up in a lot of ways. For example, creating snippets of personalized outreach, writing those short focused summaries for a sales co-pilot doc, generating value prop slides in Google Slides based on a company's feature set that you might be selling to, or highlighting the top 3 things a CSM needs to know going into a quarterly business review. In every single one of those examples, we start with data, but the output only works if it's clear, targeted, and specific to the individuals who need to action or use that data. The creative or human part of this copywriting process is coming up with the personalization ideas that you want to use. That's the part that's uniquely human. Once you develop a tactic, though, executing it has for the longest time been super manual and time consuming, which is why we think about AI snippets as the best way to scale this. I'll give you a quick example from my own days as a BDR. When I was prospecting for clients, if I saw that a lead spoke another language fluently on LinkedIn, I would just take my original subject line and then translate just the subject line into that language, like Spanish or Mandarin or Hindi. And I would do just the subject line. Then I would go back to the email and add a short PS line to the bottom that said something along the lines of, P.S. I don't speak Arabic fluently, but I noticed that you do. Thought it was cool, and I figured it might help this email stand out. For a while, this worked really, really well. Now, AI can create these kinds of formulaic snippets for us at scale. So you can come up with that idea and run the same play across your whole list without having to configure each one of your emails manually. And that's the magic of AI. It helps you turn that experimentation flywheel 10x faster. You come up with a tactic, AI helps you apply that tactic to an experiment at scale and execute it in a fraction of the time, which sets you up to scale your best experiments instantly and effectively. Now, maybe don't steal all the tactics that we're going to share with you because those tactics have short lifespans, but figure out which ones work best for you, your ICP, and the people that you sell to. Because in the next few lessons, we'll show you how to use AI to create this kind of personalized content at scale with AI snippets and draft full emails faster with AI tools like Twain and Octave. Get excited. Let's dig in.